This is the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport. Is it the ultimate fuel-sipping Honda? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Holmes Honda, Bossier City. We're going to go over the particulars on this Civic Hybrid Sport. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. And a light refresh came for 2025. And I don't know if we'd call it a light refresh to find a hybrid powertrain now available for the Civic, but as far as the external changes go, we're going to have the active air curtains right here. We have a new design to the front end overall. We don't have those basically fake fog lights, if you want to call them that. Some people actually liked that. I've been surprised at some of the comments I've received on our past videos, but if you did, well, sorry, they're not here anymore. We'll also find a widened lower grille, this area right here, the body-colored front lip, and you'll have the flat black front splitter right here. A really nice look overall. Now, you're still going to have your LED daytime running lights, and our tire and wheel setup on this model will be 235 with the width, 40 series on your sidewall, and wrapped around the 18-inch gloss black wheels. A nice look, that's for sure, very sporty. And as far as the remote goes, for those who want to see the remote, well, there it is. You'll find remote start and all of the other features you expect to find here. It is a proximity key, and you have the walk-away feature. Gloss black with your side view mirrors. Now, there are no turn signal indicators built in on the Sport trim level, but you do have power adjustable side view mirrors, and they're heated with your blind spot monitoring built in, or blind spot information system. They are manually folding, by the way. Something else that I know a lot of people like to know about. And we'll find the updated tail lights back here. Other than that, there's no changes with the rear of the Civic. But while it's not the first time we've had a hybrid powertrain, let's talk about the numbers and what you can expect. Under the hood is the naturally aspirated 2-liter inline 4-cylinder. For those of you who are anti-turbocharger, and I know some of you are, well, it's good to know that you're not going to find that here. 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. That's all mated to a linear shift transmission. There are 4 levels of regenerative braking. And let's see those MPGs. Here's the big numbers that you want to know about. 50 city, 47 highway, 49 combined, and 2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. If you're curious to know, you have capless fuel fill, and when you fill up, you have a 10.6 gallon gas tank. One thing that is fairly common among hybrid vehicles, whether it's a sedan or an SUV, is the fact that if you go with the non-hybrid version of that vehicle, you have more cargo capacity. But that is not the case with the Civic. You're going to have 14.8 cubic feet of cargo capacity, whether you go hybrid or if you go non-hybrid. And we can pull on the releases, one here and one here, and that will allow us to go in here and lower the rear seats down and maximize our cargo space. We do have a 60-40 split back here, but if you're curious to know about maximizing your cargo space, giving yourself that extra room here into the interior if you need it, that's how easy it is to do. That way you don't go looking on the top of the seats for the releases. You'll find a reasonable size armrest. While this is not enormous for this size of vehicle, not too bad. I do wish that this area was flat right here, however, but maybe not that big of a deal for your rear seat passengers. Let me open the door back up one more time here, and I'll show you the bottle holder. I'll call that more of a bottle holder than a door bin, but there is some space in there for whatever someone needs to fit in there. If they need a bottle, or maybe they can use it for something else. Now, we only have one rear seat pocket. I always wonder why there isn't one on the driver's side seat as well. That's about all we have to talk about as far as this area goes. Now, you do have a sunroof, still conventional size. I know some of you are hoping that maybe in the future someday Honda will add a panoramic sunroof to the Civic. That would definitely, I think, be something, if we're going to see that anytime soon, will be a couple of years or so from now when we see the next generation of the Civic. Still have the fold down armrest here with the cup holders built in. If you came into Holmes Honda, Bossier City, what would it cost to buy this Civic? $30,300 is the sticker price. Let's see what else you get for that price. A larger door bin, more of a door bin than a bottle holder, obviously here with the front doors, and a larger armrest. Nothing unusual as far as seeing that in the front seat of a vehicle because you have larger doors in a lot of cases. Now we do have the cloth seating in this particular case, but it has a nice sporty look to it, and the seats do seem to be comfortable. They are both manually adjustable. They are also both heated. Would be nice to have ventilated seats as well, but that's what we have. Now let me reach over here and open the glove box. Nice space there, plenty of storage. That's always nice to have. And over here on the driver's side door, controls for your power side view mirrors, and then you can lock and unlock the doors, lock the windows or unlock the windows, and you have the one touch down and one touch up front windows, but you'll have to hold the buttons down to lower and raise your rear windows. We'll push the button right there and let you see these front windows in action. You can see one touch. And here we go with our traction control. So if you need to turn that off for some reason or on, there's the control for that, the button. And right here, you can lower that lever to adjust your tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. The steering wheel itself is nice and comfortable. Steering wheel-matic controls, which, by the way, you do have Honda sensing here as your safety features, driving aids, in addition to a lot of airbags throughout the interior. And Honda sensing includes collision mitigation braking, road departure mitigation, lane keeping assist, and traffic jam assist. You also have your adaptive cruise control right here, and we're going to find everything over here for controlling the radio and all that good stuff. You can hit the home button right there and scroll through with the scroll wheel right here. Several different features, several different options, different bits of information depending on what you want to know about with the vehicle, including the power flow meter right there. So if you're wondering about that, yes, it does have a power flow meter right there, and the digital and analog speedometers as well. And you can see what else is up there. And we'll move over here. We have the 9-inch touchscreen in this particular case, but it will definitely get the job done. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, a very simple system to use for those of you who may be saying, you know what, Tom, I don't want a lot of technology in my new Honda Civic. Well, this is a good option for you. Even if you go with a model that has the 9-inch, depending on your trim level, it's still very simple to learn and use. No big deal. Knobs for the volume and turning the radio on and off, and surfing through your stations right there, and some of the one-touch features right here. By the way, that flickering effect, I know a lot of you watch my videos regularly, so I apologize that you know what I'm about to say. But for those of you who don't know, that effect is not really happening other than through the lens of my camera, so you don't have to worry about something being wrong. We have dual zone climate control here, and you already know that we have the heated seats. Also, we have some connectivity options here. 12-volt power outlet and a couple of USBs, and our conventional style shifter right here. So very easy to deal with. Also, your drive mode selector. What exactly are the driving modes? Well, let's see. We start in normal. Econ is next, and then sport mode. So those are your driving modes. The one thing I wish more automakers would do, including Honda, is when you turn the ignition off, if you were using, say, sport mode, and you wanted to stay in sport mode, the vehicle would just stay there instead of defaulting back to normal. There's a little hint for you, Honda. I think that would be a good thing. What do you think? Tell me in the comments section. Here is your power parking brake and brake hold mode. Also your cup holders and the center console. There's actually a reasonable amount of space in there for being a smaller vehicle. You do have the removable tray right here that can go in both positions depending on what you want, there or there. So depending on what you want with that, or you can just leave it out, you can do that. Quite a bit of space in there, I would say. And here is your upper console. This is the control for your power sunroof, which does open. So depending on what you want to do with that, you can tilt it open or you can slide it all the way open. Other than that, that's it for the interior. But one of the most enjoyable parts of the Civic for me is the test drive. Let's get out on the road and see what it's like with this hybrid powertrain. Okay, let's get out on the road for a quick test drive with this Civic Hybrid. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun to drive. The handling characteristics make it feel like it has more power than it really does. It handles the road very well. It feels very secure on the road. It feels very well planted, if you will. The handling characteristics are not typical of, and a lot of you won't know what I'm talking about here because you haven't driven an old enough front-wheel drive vehicle. But being that these Civics are exclusively front-wheel drive, one thing I really like, and this goes with most modern front-wheel drive vehicles, is you can't tell the difference. There was a time many years ago when you knew it was front-wheel drive by the way it handled, and it wasn't the best thing, but that's just the way it was back then. So that's good. Acceleration is good. We'll get on the pedal just a little bit here. Definitely gets up to speed without a problem. I'm gonna have to slow back down. But one way or another, it is fun to drive. Easy to see out of. The gas pedal and the brake pedal, very manageable, so that's a good thing. And I like the fact that you have simple to learn and use technology. You can't go wrong with Honda where the technology is concerned. It's never a problem with that kind of thing. And I feel very comfortable here in the interior. I feel like the seats are comfortable for a good long road trip and that the ride quality is good. Now, I'm just guessing on the seats. I don't have enough experience in a long-term driving situation to say for sure, but they sure feel like it would be comfortable for a long time. Some of you might be able to tell me down in the comments what your experience has been because you actually do have that experience. I'm curious to know. Overall, a very well-rounded vehicle that will give you the good gas mileage as long as you aren't zipping around having a good time taking advantage of the handling characteristics. But most people aren't going to be doing that too often anyway, so you should be able to take full advantage of the potential MPGs. And I'm curious to know, now that a lot of you have had some time with your Civic Hybrids, your 25 Civic Hybrids, tell me what kind of numbers you are experiencing as far as your MPGs go. Okay, tell me what you think about the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport. Is it the ultimate fuel-sipping Honda? Tell me what your thoughts are. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda Bossier City for loaning me this Civic for the day. If you want to know more about this model, don't forget about that link down in the description of the video. I also want to say a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe. That way you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.